Alright viewers, sun is out, about 8 degrees, we had bloody snow this morning. Wunderbar. So now we're gonna go, where we're gonna go? Shopfheim, and into the hills, Kleinen Wiedental I think it's called, and across to Zell, then back here. It's about, I don't know, 45 minutes. So let's get up started. We'll have to hug on with SatNav this time. We'll see how we go with it this time. So look at the map, there should be some quite tight bends on this stretch of road, so it should be quite good. Go, go, go. Go.
In 150 yards, turn left onto Medlerweg.
Oh, that's alright. SatNav's playing quite well in ears. I don't know if you hear that on video or not, but we'll find it out when I get here.
In 150 yards, turn slight right onto Industriestrasse.
Oh, there's a Trabant.
In 250 yards, turn right onto Friedrichstrasse.
Oh, cool is that? Any of you young'uns out there on YouTube land, you'll not know what a Trabant is. In the days of two Germanys, that was the East German car of choice.
In 350 yards, turn right onto Schopfheimerstrasse L155.
That's me, I just put my heated grips on, as you know. I keep moaning about them, we'll see how we get on this time.
In 150 yards, turn right onto Schopfheimerstrasse L155. In 600 yards, continue onto L155. In 150 yards, continue onto L155. In 200 yards, turn left onto B518. In 3.6 miles, turn left onto Wererstrasse.
So in the hills we're going to, I'm not sure if I'll lose the satellite signal, so I presume that will affect the SatNav. I don't know, since it's gone through the telephone. We'll see, yeah. Might end up being away for days upon end because I'm got lost. The town down here on the left, you've just seen Hassel. There's what the hell do you call it? Like a cave that goes deep into the hillside. You could pay a couple of pennies to go and have a look into that. Old Man's Hole, if it's pronounced correctly. I always say Old Man's Hole. Doesn't sound right sometimes, but you know, it is what it is. Especially when you say, oh, I'm going to have a look at the Old Man's Hole. So as I say, we had with bloody snowing this morning. Telephone says it's about 8 degrees, but I don't know. I'll stick my finger up and test that. I think it's a little bit chillier. My chin's telling us that, or one of my chins. One of the Triumph shops here, I think it's a excuse me, Triumph in Stuttgart. I've seen them advertising bar end mirrors, not the round ones, but I think it's bar end mirrors that were on Street Triple, and must be end of a line because you can get a pair of them for about €80, and this has got Triumph written on the back of it, you know. I'll give them a ring because I'm not sure what size you are. Because they look quite slim. I don't want something you kind of see out a hint, you know. You see, and I'm a bit of a moany old git, but my right hand is warm now and the left hand feels cold. There's something not right with these. I think I'll get them to check them out proper. I think there's a fault somewhere on here. But in the end, you kind of get the, you know, this is a Triumph shop but forgot to plug the bloody brake lights in. So where does that leave me, you know? You think,
in 600 yards turn left onto Wehrerstrasse.
Have they made a balls of it? You just never know, you know? Or it just doesn't feel right. And they weren't bloody cheap either. Because it's the proper Triumph ones, you know?
In 200 yards turn left onto Wehrerstrasse. In 200 yards turn right onto B317.
Gotta say, mine SatNav's alright on the ball. As I say, I don't know if you're listening to it as well, like, but it's spot on.
In 2.2 miles take the ramp on the right onto B317.
And I was telling War last like that I've been putting these videos out every 2 days. I should maybe stretch them out to once a week or something. And it would last a couple of months. Because with this nippy weather and the dodgy weather, I'm running out of places to go, you know, because I want to take the camera across to Schaffhausen, to the Rhine Falls. Then I want to go and do into Bodensee. We'll take the ferry across the lake. Go and do on the other side. There's Friedrichshafen. Nip the corner into Austria at the bottom. Then go into where were we going to? Liechtenstein and back up through Switzerland. It's the champion run, especially if the weather's alright like. Stay. So we're going to take a right turn up here. And we're going to head across there. Up that valley.
In 700 yards, take the ramp on the right onto B317.
And I had a nice comment before from Dave. He was talking about
in 200 yards, take the ramp on the right onto B317.
About the heated grips. And you were wondering about the settings. I've got 3 settings, Dave. Hot, medium, and
in 250 yards, turn right
just
onto
a little bit warmish,
L139.
and obviously off. But it's weird. As I say, I've never had heated grips before, so I'm not sure what I'm talking about. But I would assume you put them on hot, both of them should be hot, but it seems to be up and down like a yo-yo. I'll give one of the English Triumph dealers a call and see what they say. Probably Agnes from Glasgow. She was canny, really good nice.
In 450 yards, at the roundabout, take the second exit onto L139. In 200 yards, at the roundabout, take the second exit onto L139.
It's alright, mate. I know you wouldn't bloody wait.
In 300 yards, continue on to Landstrasse L139. In 1.2 miles, continue on to L139.
Tell you what song's rattling around in my head at the minute is the Pogues, Dirty Old Town. I've got a smiley face. I was listening to it last night with the headphones on full ball. But my head was bouncing. I could sing it to you, but I wasn't born to sing. Remember, folks, when you see the speed signs around here, it's in kilometers per hour, eh? And if you catch a glimpse of me speedo, that's at miles per hour. So get your mental maths going. CSE maths, eh? You know, I tell you what I like around here is every house is different, you know. Different colours, different styling. Obviously you do get a small block, sometimes it's all the same, but not very often, you know. They're all different. Slightly alpine look to them, because obviously the Alps are not that far away.
In 500 yards, continue on to L139. In 250 yards, continue on to L139. In 0.8 miles, continue on to Lachskervenweg. In 200 yards, continue on to Lachskervenweg. In 400 yards, turn left onto Wheelterstrasse L139.
Anybody wondering, caught a glimpse of that? I think it was a small Vauxhall there for sale and it had a wheel at the side.
In 200 yards, turn slide left onto L139.
The reason is he's advertising the car for sale and it comes with winter wheels. Because they're a class here, we're obliged to have 2 sets of wheels. Summer tyres, and well, obviously you can drive with your winter tyres in the summer, but in the winter you must have winter tyres.
In 500 yards, continue on to Landstrasse L139.
Because if you have an accident in the winter and you don't have the appropriate tyres on, insurance company will not touch you. You're on your Todd.
In 200 yards, continue on to Landstrasse L139. In 600 yards, turn right onto Landstrasse L139.
Hang on, I'm going to try something with the camera here a second, or rather with the telephone. Because I kind of hear the SatNav when I'm up at speed, so let's just see if this makes a difference or not. I'd have not. That was on full. Alright. Oh. Ah, shite, there was a queue of bloody cars coming. He's stuck behind all these. I don't know if it's just an ill-fitting helmet or my locals are a bit worn out, you know. Worked on airports for the last 20 odd year.
In 100 yards, turn right onto Landstrasse L139.
Noisy aeroplane engines and whatever, so maybe it doesn't help.
In 0.6 miles, turn slide right onto L139.
Luckily most of these cars will know that you're coming this way, you'll know where you're going, you know. That's a canny bender. Look at the state of that. A bloody traffic light, that's all we need.
In 200 yards, turn slight right onto L139.
Find a neutral on this bike. No problem. There's no jerking around looking for it. It's gone straight in.
In 1.3 miles, continue on to Landstrasse L139. In 0.5 miles, continue on to Landstrasse L139.
Yeah, this is a stunning route, this. Be nice in the summer, you're not freezing your nuts off.
In 250 yards, continue on to Landstrasse L139. In 0.7 miles, your destination will be on the left.
So here's the first place. No, it's not the first place. The hell's SatNav talking about?
In 150 yards, your destination will be on the left.
Yeah, whatever.
You have reached your destination. Head southeast. Head southeast, then turn left onto Gräscherstrasse L140. Recalculating.
I took the wrong bloody turning.
Head north. In 600 yards, turn left onto Bisengas. In 200 yards, turn left onto Bisengas.
Road's closed.
In 700 yards, turn left onto Bisengas.
One thing, gives the SatNav a chance to recalculate, it's pretty quick.
In 400 yards, turn left onto Gräscherstrasse L140.
There we go. Turn left here somewhere. Aye, aye. To concentrate more on the bloody signposts.
In 1.5 miles, turn slide left onto L140. In 1.3 miles, turn slide left onto L140.
We're certainly climbing here. So 2 kids were back at homeschooling today. The oldest one got news that she might return to school next week, but the classroom will be split into, what she said, half the classroom would come for a week, half of the classroom would stay at home, computer schooling, then the following week vice versa. But she said there's only, teacher said maybe 10% chance of that happening. So I wouldn't bet on it. And I say the youngest one, she's back at homeschooling again. Haven't been back at school for a couple of weeks. It's a load of bollocks. I think the Germans have made the right balls of it, but who am I?
In 500 yards, turn slide left onto L140.
Look at that for a view, eh? Look at that, man.
In 150 yards, turn slide left onto L140. In 0.7 miles, continue on to Gresgen L140.
Oh, you can notice the temperature drop up here. Things have shrunk. But I could live up here though, I've got to tell you. Oh, the dog's bollocks,
In
isn't it?
200 yards, continue on to Gresgen L140.
It's
In 500 yards, continue on to L140.
Because my work's the other way. If I'd still been working in Basel Airport, it'd been alright, but I'm not. I'm in Zurich, so it's a lot further.
In 150 yards, continue on to L140.
Spraying the fuels up here as well. You're a right waft of cow shite.
In 0.9
Clean the
miles, turn
nostrils.
slide right onto Adelsberg L140. In 700 yards turn slight right onto Adelsberg L140. In 150 yards turn slight right onto Adelsberg L140. In 500 yards turn left onto L140. In 150 yards turn left onto L140. In 700 yards turn slide left onto Adelsberger Strasse L140.
I say, this is the first time I've been over this way, boy. It's lovely. If it wasn't for the temperature.
In 200 yards turn slide left onto Adelsberger Strasse L140. In 1.2 miles turn right onto Kirchstrasse L140.
So I guess now that we've gone up, now we'll be going down. At least that last van led us through. This one's not. Bugger, that was my nuts over that bump. I put the leathers on today because it's a bit nippy, I see it. But I think I'm going to get myself a set of textile trousers. Because these are, especially on the right one, the right knee's biting on my knee, you know. And for those of you who don't know, I've had a replacement knee. So this must be Zell down here. This is the end of the train track from Basel.
Right onto Kirchstrasse L140.
So the train track comes from Basel SBB in the centre of Basel, Switzerland. Then it goes to Basel Bahnhof, which is a German station in Basel. Well, I guess all complicated. And it comes up the valley.
In 150 yards turn right onto Kirchstrasse L140. In 200 yards turn left onto Schönauer Strasse.
I think I can shut her up, can't I, on here? I think I can. So you're starting to get to the gist of this connectivity. Or some of it anyway. I think it's too much, I have to tell you. Again, it wasn't cheap, but I think if it wasn't for the SatNav, on it, they could have done without it. It's too much crop you're never going to use. For me personally, all I needed was a gear indicator, fuel gauge is nice, speedo and a tacho. That's all. All the other crap you'd ever need. As I said, granted the SatNav's a canny thing to have, like, but do you really need it? I can remember when I used to use them paper things. What do you call them? Aye, maps. And those shiny things on the side of the road we're writing on. What the hell do you call them again? Oh, aye, road signs. And figure out where you're going that way, you know. Instead of some posh bird in your ear. Take the next turning on the right, 200 yards. No, I said on the right, you silly bugger, not on the left. What's the fuel prices? Diesel 132, petrol 153. So we're going to cross the ones that I told you. Zell is the end of the line. I think it's about 10 stops between here and Basel SBB. So anybody's watching my videos, I think I said in the last video, I went to collect my car up in past Cologne way. So I caught the train from like the next town from here on the line, Schopfheim, to Basel Badisch. Then I caught the ice up to Cologne. Now before you think, what's the ice? What's the ice? Intercity Express. That's the ice. Speed camera, smile for the camera. So two of me regular commenters, is that the word you use on YouTube? I don't know, but anyway, Joe and Dave, they've been doing a bit of Googling with some names have been popping up. So here's another one for you, because you're a couple of young ones, I think. John Boy Walton. Do you know who he is? Don't know why that name popped into the head. I suppose I used to watch him when I was a kid. I think on a Tuesday night on BBC Two. It's even so sad I can still name the whole family. But anyway, Google him if you don't know who it is. And let's not. I still kind of get over the fact I've got folk from Australia and United States and Canada watching. Dog's bollocks, man. Dog's bollocks. So them hills on the right there, you see, we've been over the back of them, up through some twisties and come back down the other valley floor. So we're going through the Tun here on in Schopfheim. I say when I get out a bit more, because probably we'll start working a bit more then, because we've still got Kurzarbeit. In fact, we've got Kurzarbeit right till I think September. So, you know, with this month, obviously, I had Easter holidays. I'd already pre-booked them. So I had a couple of weeks off. I didn't start work again until Saturday. Then I work 11 months until the end of the month. 11 days until the end of the month. But I don't know if I'll actually be working the 11 days. You work it day by day. You get a phone call. Didn't come in. Stayed home. And you think, yes. Dreading starting working full time again. Can't be arsed now. Because in the last few months, normally we'll work 21 days in a month, give or take. 21, 22. And I've been working about 6. So this is the outskirts of Shopfire. I'll have to get onto that bloody salesman as well from the Triumph. He said he was going to send me down an English handbook which hasn't bloody arrived. I bet he's forgetting that as well. That pisses us off. You know, you say one thing, you should be doing it. On the button. I'm saying with timing, you know, I'd rather be 10 minutes early than 1 minute late. Well, that's just kind of like, obviously, dawdles along. So I just tell her a false time. We get there early anyway. Obviously, if it cannot be helped, it cannot be helped, but you know, you should do your best. You know, you say you're going to meet somebody at 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock is 10 o'clock. Anybody who comes at 10:30, they'll be there on the dot. I would have gone home by then. Sitting bloody waiting. Bollocks with that, eh? Some of you commenting how you like the towns here with the alpine look about how to get to an apartment block. But a lot of the houses have an alpine look to them. Because sometimes we do get a right dump of snow in the winter, and obviously the steep pitched roofs, so the snow doesn't lie in it, you know. I'm guessing that's why. I'm not a builder, but I'm guessing that's why. Don't call us Bob. Alright, I'll sing it. Bob the Builder. Can he fix it? No, he bloody can't. I don't guess that's the correct words, like, but it's near enough, eh? You know what? I think we're going back a different way. We're going over the top, which I did on my night run. When I was night rider. Oh, what we got in there? Was that a little monkey bike? Ah, you're not going to cut the bloody corner, mate. So this is Shopfine train station here on the right. Police station. Just think that's a canny sized station for a small town. Must get a lot of bother here. Oh wait, Nissan, where you going? Nissan Juke. Keep it tootling along at 5th gear, 40 mile an hour, no hassles, you know. It's got a lovely low down grunt. And when you get to the end of the speed restriction-ish, you can just do that. Triumph power. How's it go? Triumph power! Bus driver will be wondering what's he doing? What's he talking about? There's a motocross track. What the fuck are you doing? There we go. Like a Christmas tree in the back of that trailer, my lights coming on and out else. Let's open the taps a bit. Now we're coming into what we're coming into? Dossenbach. Take a left coin down here. Now half the planet comes. Make a lovely sound going through if it could accelerate, but there's hooses and kids, you know. There we go. So, lads and lasses, I hope you've enjoyed this vid of a ride around the new set of hills in southwestern Germany, Baden-Württemberg. I hope you've had enjoyment. I hope you enjoyed me slavering on a bit of banter, bit of crack. Talk a load of bollocks as normal, but you know. Coming into the tune new. I'll tell you what we're going to do when I go and get my bike serviced. The 600 mile come 1,000 kilometre service. We'll have a right proper natter on what we think of the bike, eh? And some bits and bobs we do like, and some bits and bobs we don't like. Still has the grin factor though. Just looking at the TFT screen, SatNav's on the ball, like, because I've switched to Sundorf because I know where I'm going, kind of ish. But the directions is changing alright. Did not read it works off Google or something? I don't know. Well, Google Maps is pretty good, isn't it? At least when I go for the service, it's a 70 odd mile run up. So I'll use the SatNav anyway. This used to be a supermarket, yeah, it's laying empty for years. Oh, that's a brilliant place to stop on the brow of a bloody hill. Jesus Christ. Wow, some people's got their brains up their arse. Right, lads and lasses, that's us. Hope you've enjoyed it. Auf Wiedersehen.